Awesome. I think we're streaming. I think we're live. So, welcome to Friday, first Friday of the year. Obviously, we're here and we're here to trade. So, hopefully, we have some fun. That's my fucking green screen fucking catches. Let's see what I can do about that. Basically looks like we were bumping up against this level from yesterday. Not too much of surprise there. So as it stands, just bouncing up and down VWAP all night. And what is this? Basically the 21,250 level on the Nasdaq. Yeah, let me pull up some other charts, see what that looks like on those. If we come look at the cues on the daily, like you can see here is that we came down, went past the bottom Bollinger, went ahead, and also this was this yellow line was the anchored VWAP for the quarter, and as you can see, like we went and touched that, and I mean, if I was an institutional buyer, that's exactly where I would at least want to start putting in orders for another leg up. I mean, markets are generally a forward-looking thing, forward-looking, and that just means like most likely 9 times out of 10 the market's going to be going up, and so like you as an institutional buyer want to be looking for the best places to buy. In addition to that being like the quarterly VWAP, I mean, we came down to the 100-day moving average. I mean, 200 days a great place to buy, but I mean, we've rarely hit that. We have to be coming down pretty quickly. As you can see back here in August was the last time we hit that. So just things to keep in mind. It's a good place for a bounce. We came down. I mean, we've sold off how much since this since the all-time high? Let me just fix this up. There we go. I mean, realistically, we sold off, I can't tell you, from the all-time high down to the lowest, 6%. I mean, it's a decent pullback, but nothing too crazy. So yeah, today I'd be looking for a bounce, but I mean, I also wouldn't be surprised if we just trade sideways. Like if we go ahead and turn off this, or not that. There we go, and then we go to a more reasonable time frame. Let's see what we can find. I mean, today or yesterday was basically just bear flag, leg down, bear flag. Maybe we have a leg down. I mean, let's see what I've drawn a couple channels on this. And I think what's important to notice about these channels is that they're pretty consistently helping us find our way down, right? So like it's not perfect, and it's not always going to go exactly when. As you can see, like right here, we tested, decided it wasn't time to go, right? We never came down and tested the low of the open here, but we eventually did come back and break it with this other channel. So that's what I'd be looking for if you were looking for a short. Long, I mean, easy targets are 5-day moving average, but I mean, not so easy. It's like 7 points away. But that's where eventually we would be looking if we were looking for something like that. But I mean, also when we open, we're going to be dragging this down a little bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if it opened somewhere around 515, unless maybe 516, 515. So I mean, it's within trading range. We're at 513. It's not an impossible target today. But yeah, I mean, let me go ahead and throw down the session volume profile. We got a point of control here, got a naked point of control up here, right around where that 5-day moving average is currently at, or was at yesterday. So yeah, I mean, that's where I would keep my eye out for. Right now, we went to the bottom Bollinger. Typically, when we go to the bottom of the Bollinger on the daily, it's a good area for us to like move away from, just so that things can, especially if you want to trend down, it's a good place for things to like level out. And so we will potentially move sideways or move back up before continuing down if we're going to continue down. I mean, all things are generally bearish right now. I mean, in the macro sense, we're up a lot, but in the sense of trends, we're in a downturn, in a more bearish environment. Meaning, like, and the things that give those indications are where are we at in relation to the Bollinger, and what does that look like with the moving averages. Anytime the 20-day moving average is under the 5 or over the 5-day moving average, when those intersect, typically we will see more bearish price action, and vice versa is also true. Like anytime the 5-day moving average is over the 20-day moving average, price action is more bullish. So with that, let's see what happens today. Obviously, we're going to be up here, opening up here. There'll be in 5 minutes, there'll be a gap. We'll be opening with a gap, and we'll be opening, let's see, fix the color here in a second so we can actually see this. We'll be opening roughly at, the 78.6 fib retracement from yesterday's low. So, it's a good place for us to go up to and not continue. It's a good place for us to, turn around and sell off. We'll see what happens, right? Obviously, it really just depends. The market can do whatever it wants, but ultimately what it comes down to is like knowing what's most likely to happen in the market. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Nice, just speaking into the void, but I mean, it's whatever. I'm here to make money ultimately. All right, let's go ahead and get ready for open, you know. Me and myself get ready for open. It should be fun. Just typing out some stuff for anybody that might be joining us, so I have no idea if anyone has. If you have, welcome. If not, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Sorry. Just putting some finishing touches on some stuff. Cool. And we're open. There we go. So right off the bat, yeah, I mean, honestly, the 5-day moving average is a lot closer than I anticipated, and we're quickly going to test that. As you can see here on the 5-minute, it's basically just right up here at 514.62. So that is going to be a quick, easy target for anybody who wants to go long, and a quick area if we reject to get in short. So I'm going to go ahead and just put my Topstep account, pull that up, and trade. Hopefully we can make some quick money really fast. Yeah, that's the low-hanging fruit on the Qs, like, is the 5-day moving average. Not too sure where things are at on the S&P, but I'll take a look at that really quickly, just because it's important to have that also. But so far, just upside trades. I mean, we're up almost a percentage on the day, so Not too bad. Decent open. And there we are on the S&Ps, or the S&P. We already are retesting the 5-day moving average right now. Looks like we're trying to blast past it, which is totally possible. But as it stands, I haven't put on any trades, just because you want to be patient at in the open, right? If you're not, you're gonna get yourself absolutely demolished, because you have no way of knowing where the market's actually gonna go. Like, you can have a good guess, but ultimately what it comes down to is luck, until you absolutely get to the point where it's not luck. back to the trading we are. That's the most important thing, right? It's time to make the donuts, as they say. So, yeah, let's rock and roll. But yeah, not too much has changed. Nasdaq's just pushing from what I saw before on the SP 500. It was also pushing. Yeah, I mean, went up, tested the 5-day moving average, came back down, and rejected. Now it's struggling right there. And let's just make sure we're doing the same thing on the Qs. Yeah, exact same thing. Today, I'm pretty sure these are going to be pretty closely matched up. Like, if you can see what I'm talking about here on my chart, you can see on my TradingView chart, you can see exactly what's going on, right? We're up here. This little yellow line right here, that's a little difficult to see, is the 5-day moving average. We are right on it. Yeah, we're pushing up. So ultimately, before going long, I want to see this like be retested one more time. Like, while I was away, I probably would have gotten in here. This was a good trade right here. And as you, it's running. So unfortunately, sometimes you miss a trade and you just have to live with it. But so be it. I'm gonna go ahead and probably close TradingView. It seems to be giving me problems. Cool. It's not bad. I mean, coming back here and just testing this level was absolutely beautiful before we moved up. So that's, I mean, honestly, I would want to see us do something very similar here before I got long. Right now, it's hard to get long. You got to find a good place. But we have information. Market's generating it right now. And from there, we'll be able to take a trade. But until then, let's just see what's going to happen. I mean, this is low-hanging fruit, honestly. The 30 level is going to be something I would be interested in taking. Yeah, that's what I think. But yeah, I want to see a deeper pullback. I want to see us come back down to, I mean, I would love this, but like that's not realistic, at least right now. From the open, we opened with a gap, and now we're just kind of cruising. Like, it's not impossible for us to just trend on up. It's been known to happen before. But yeah. Just a waiting game. Wait for the market to give you something. Most important thing there is. Let's just switch back to this other. Over here. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Yep, breaking out. I mean, I don't like it risk to reward wise, because if I went long here, my risk is basically, from what I've established from the market, is to the top of this green channel, and my reward is up there, and my risk is down here to the bottom of the green channel. It's just a terrible risk to reward and totally not worth it. So I wouldn't take that as a long. See, and it's rejecting off of it. It could just pump. It does that all the time, but it's about, for me, knowing what the most optimal trade to take is. And this is, I mean, maybe it's a momentum trade, you know, maybe you're just like go ahead and buy and just watch the market move. But for me, it's difficult to do that because, you know, you want to be preserving your capital. That's literally the most important thing to be doing. Cool. Yeah, low hanging fruit was that level we had established yesterday. I don't recall if we actually like traded at it yesterday. I think we did. Yeah, no, exactly where we rejected off of. So I mean, from a technical standpoint, we went ahead and closed a cup. I would at least want to see it, or are closing a cup. I mean, we're in the process of it. You can see up here at 22.42, that was the high. Once we get there, I would look for some sort of pullback to give us an entry, because you want to see some type of I like to look for, like, when trading, I like to look for cups and handles, right? So a cup being a full retrace of a move, and then some type of handle to drive us forward. But unless I see that, you know, unless I see a pullback decent enough for us to get into, I'm not going to get in, right? There we are, rejecting off of that level. There we go, getting a little bit of a pullback. Maybe a retest of VWAP could give us a good entry. But we're coming up on the bottom of this channel. I think if I take it, my first trade I'm going to take, I'll probably take it with micros. And yeah, micros early in the day generally are safest. Let's go. Come on. That's a good pullback. Right to VWAP. Okay. And I think the moving average is like right over here. So if we came back and tested that and held it, that would be a pretty sick trade. Okay, I'm in. So As you can see, my P&L's right here. You know, we're struggling, but there we go. A little bit. Probably peel one off here to keep things nice and safe. Oof. Not exactly doing what I would hope it would. Might get out here in a second if we really sell strong. Yeah, no, that's not a great trade. So here we are, actually testing the moving averages, I'm pretty sure. Maybe try again. I mean, biggest thing is, was there news that I just missed? I'm gonna go long again. Give that one more try. Yeah, it's not liking it. I think a lot of people are trying to like get short. And this is a good area for things to turn around as the shorts start to mount, right? So like you can see, well, I guess at least on Topstep it's not seriously short. But yeah, no, we're struggling here at VWAP and the moving average. There we go. A little pop. Take one off just to lock in a little bit of profit and get my P&L back to a healthy point. And obviously, you can't really see my trades or the trade that I'm currently in because I have an MNQ and I'm looking at the NQ chart. But yeah, I think this will be a pretty decent trade if it plays out the way I think it will. Is there any news coming up? Let's see. Go ahead and refresh this page for the news. All right, I'm going to take this off. Oof. That's where you get. That's where you get long. Pretty decent move. Yeah, I'm gonna take a long here. Take that off for a quick reset of my balance. My computer's like lagging, so I also didn't want to be in that if it just like quickly flushed. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like, since I'm streaming, I don't usually stream while I'm trading, and so this is a new thing. My computer is having trouble like getting everything together, so I didn't want to be in that. But yeah, like, this is a perfect place to have gotten out to. If we're gonna continue to sell, it's gonna come up here, struggle, fail. It's gonna fail VWAP, and it'll just keep selling. But I mean, if we're gonna buy, it'll be something nice, something like this right here that I didn't see before. Sorry if my voice sounds a little messy. I was drinking last night and it was fun. Might go long if we break out of this little channel. Alright, I'm gonna try it. I gotta be very careful. Small account. No. Not yet, at least. Oh, this one's hard. Like, we honestly might just break right here and sell again. Right? Each time we've had something here. We'll go ahead and go long, I think. Okay, out of VWAP, up $61. Fucking lame that I took that stab earlier and got out, but I would have just been break even on the trade and I would have had like $500 drawdown on a 50K XFA. It's just not worth it. Because we could still break to the downside. Like, there's room. There's a good amount of room to the downside if this wanted to go. So I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say. There we go. Nice little pop. Pop goes the weasel. I do think if we, I mean, I can see where this could go. Like, we reclaim VWAP, which we're doing right now. Where is the most volume at? Go ahead and check that as well. That we've transacted. It's probably to the downside or right here. It really depends on what's going to happen. I don't really know what the ES looks like, but I anticipated something similar. Let me go ahead and just check the ES real quick. Ooh, ES looks way more bearish. Like, we closed a low of day. Yeah, contextually, this gives me a different perspective on the Nasdaq, right? The Nasdaq came down to the session VWAP, which isn't the regular hours VWAP, but including what happened overnight, rejected off of it, which was also around where the moving averages were. But we came down hard. We broke back below the 5-day moving average, because I know it's somewhere around here on the SPY. So, I mean, we closed the cup. Here's a handle. Like, this does not look as great on, or at least as bullish as the Nasdaq does. So let's go ahead and just figure out where things are on the ES. Maybe I'll take an ES trade. Yeah, things look like they want to kind of sell here. I'm gonna go ahead and take one short on the Nasdaq, at least down to VWAP, if we're fortunate enough to get that trade. Okay, it's not looking good. Back out because it didn't want to go. Let's try that again if it does break out right here. Because it looked like it wanted to on the ES. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna get in any trades. I didn't realize we have news in 30 seconds. We could just pop, which been par for the course a lot of the time. That's a really fucky candle. Like, you do not want to. Just wait. Let this candle settle. Like, not too sure what it's doing, because it could honestly blast off or it could sell off. Like, super indecisive candle. All right, I'm going to get short, I think. We might bounce a VWAP, which would suck, but I'm going to try that right there. Just down to here. But we might rip. I don't know. Gotta be super careful with a trade like this. I think this level right here would be good. 660. Don't like it. I'm going to get out. Struggling there. Actually, try it one more time. No. Oh, difficult trade. We're right on top of the moving average. That's why I couldn't stay in that trade. Like, you have to keep these things in mind, because if you don't, like, you're gonna get yourself into trouble just trying to like look at the algos. You have to take context, and the context is like the moving averages are right there. We're either gonna break them or we're not, but you got to find the best place to get in, right? And that's what it really comes down to. Like, we're basically wedging here. Like, I can see it now, and I don't want any of that. No, thank you. Not until we break out one way or the other. There's the S&Ps retesting the moving average, most likely. Nasdaq basically holding at the moving average. I think we sell off. That's what I think is gonna happen, but market loves to prove me wrong. There you go. Up here, looks like it wants to break out to the north side. I mean, another thing, anybody who's viewing, this is obviously not like trading advice. I'm just some dude. This is just for fun and educational purposes. You know, trade accordingly. Don't blame me if you lose your money. There we go. Heading back up. Ooh. A nice push on the ES. Qs also. Glad I did not try and stay in that short. Just did not feel right. And as you can see, there's a reason for that. Now we have all this volume down here at 362. Question is, do we come back to it before making a move up, or do we even, I don't know, double top? Maybe. But I think right now the price action is more bullish than not. I mean, look, 80% long. 80% long. We're up, you know, over 1% on the day, or not even over 1%. Oh yeah, it is over 1% on the day. Completing the cup, not bad. We could just run away with it. Been known to happen, and you gotta live with that. The question is, if you're gonna go short, where are you gonna go short and why, right? Let's figure that out. So we have this. This kind of gave us a little bit of selling here. So I think at minimum, I would want to see this green algorithm break here, right? Up here, I could theoretically take a short just based off of the resistance area. But what happens if we just, a bunch of buyers just step in right at this level and we fucking pump 40 points up to 480? It'd be a nightmare. Sorry. Yeah, we don't want that to happen. Here we go. That's nice. This is what I would like to see, but I mean, again, on the SPY, we just came and retested the moving average, the 5-day moving average. So, not the greatest. So yeah, at least a break of this. More confidently, a break of this. Realistically, to go long, we would want to see us break out of the top of white. Interesting. I do want to see this break, but I don't think I want to take a short here anymore. I want to see it come down here and give me a confirmation that this channel will hold. But I might take a long here. S&P looks like it wants to go. You gotta find a good place to get in. That's always the problem. Or the $1 million question, where should I get in, right? A lot of resistance at this like 65 level, 64, 65 level on the ES, and at the what is that, 420, 415, 410 level on the Nasdaq. A little choppy, not digging the price action too much. I mean, that's where the risk reward is. It's inside this channel, as far as I can tell. It's looking good. If we hold here, I will take a long. Not looking great for a long. Looks like we probably broke below the moving average for this, or we're testing it pretty hard right now. Oof. I do not like going short or long off of like strong moves like that. It's like, it feels very chasey. I don't want to chase anything. I like the long. I really want to go long here. I'm gonna do it. Let's just have faith. I get stopped right here, huh? Sucks. I'm gonna do it one more time. This is just bad trading at this point. But I really think there's something here. See how it's just like holding this right here. The biggest threat is down below. Fuck. You gotta relax. Okay, last try, long. Yeah, no, this is becoming stupid. I gotta slow down and figure out what needs to be done, because it could sell off. This is the best I'm gonna do. Just slowly claw myself out of this hole with a couple of trades. Obviously these could just destroy me, decimate me. But like the longer we hold here, the more I think, yes, but like it's really difficult with this 5-day moving average in the way. Like we could just chop all day and that would suck so much. Yeah, totally a good idea to have gotten out of that long, because here we go. I just need to be patient. It'll be fine. So far, the price action has been super choppy. Choppy days really are the worst, because you'll formulate a thesis and there'll be like really slow continuation. And based off of that, like, you can get destroyed by trying to take your stabs. Coming down to close at the low of day. Go to regular trading hours. So now, at the very least, I would want to see this right here, this teal appear again to help take us a little lower, right? But if we go back to like the moving average, it's just a nightmare day. Like there's not going to be any real opportunity. We're under VWAP. We're at the low, near the low of day. It's not really a continuation one way or the other, which is just not good. Well, we'll see. Remember, using this green algo will help us out if there is going to be continuation to the downside, not just more chop. I want to see a little head. I mean, we're at this level that I saw yesterday. Obviously, relatively important because we tested it here. We tested it here. We're testing it now from underneath. Like, we come up and we eventually break it. That will be a good short. The thing is, like, you have to recover quickly mentally when trading. Like, because if you don't, you're going to get yourself into, like, a world of pain. Like, what is going on in front of you? How should you trade areas, like, and adapt to what the market is actually showing you, right? That's the most important thing. I mean, this level, let's give up the ghost, but I really want to see more of a pullback, but sometimes you don't get it. I'm short. Down to here. Maybe get close to filling that gap. Amount. I recovered a pretty good amount on that trade, and I mean the potential for going lower is there, right? We just closed the cup on the SPY and on the Qs, right? We're right down there at the lows. I could have held that trade longer, but I wanted to lock profits because you know how quickly things can move on the on the Nasdaq. Look, I could have been up $500 and then lost it. So just be patient and look for what happens next. Try and be somewhat mindful. Don't become overly committed to any one position, one way or the other. I mean, we're an hour in on the day. Basically, the market has screwed over a lot of people. I got myself into a little bit of a hole. Nothing too crazy, but you know, you just want to be patient with our next few trades. And I probably should have been patient up here. Like, that's a difficult thing. Realizing what's going on mentally, where you're at, and why you're making a trade the way you are, or taking a trade the way you are. But let's see what we can figure out based off of what's going on. It's a nice little push back up. See, I got out right around here, right? Let's see. 86. So yeah, if I held that, I would have lost money. And that is not what we want to be doing. Or I would have made less money. But we have a plan now. So like we see that this green algo has been taking us down consistently, right? It struggled here, but it just meant it needed to build more liquidity before it took us down. And then teal also gave us a good entry. So green, teal, good to go. So yeah, we close the cup, wait for a handle. That's basically what's going to happen. Could be a huge handle, price momentum could shift, and we could start making, you know, higher highs. Who knows? But like right now, let's trade with the thesis that price potentially could move lower. Right? I think, you know, a safe assumption is like, oh, we're going to retest this area that we broke out of. What happens at that level is going to be extremely important because, you know, this was the point where things started to break down. If we reclaim it and we move back up, well, then we most likely are going to chop until we, you know, break out of this 430 level. But looking for a continuation, we want to see green break, and we want to see teal break. We want to see this retest. That's good. Just look at a fib from this like move. Where would another good place to get in be? Like right up here, I think around the 50, around 350 could be a good area to get in. Confirmation would be like we just push up against this, right? But right now, let's just see what price wants to do. Like I like getting in at the top of channels. Generally, it's a safe place because you know where your risk is. Your risk is like if it just shoots out of the channel, you can get out. And your reward is all the way to the bottom of the channel, and potentially if we break the channel. So either or. But let me put that fib back up. This is another level that I think was established today. I'll drop a line here because you can see right around here there's a lot of like, oh, obviously this is the moving average where it was. So like we've spent a lot of time here. Come up, reject it again. That'd be cool. But I mean, there's volume up there or volume was transacted up there. So price could just gradually move up there. I mean, if we look at the volume profile, you can see like where volume is, and it's still, the volume point of control is still up here. So like generally I think, or what I've observed is that price, except in a trend day, tends to move to the point of control. So if we do move back to the point of control, that's going to be kind of scary, or scary for people that are like committed to the short position. And hopefully no one is at that point. Like obviously we could just sell off, right? But even looking at the S&P, we're coming back to the 5-day moving average, which could just, we could retake it, or we could go up and then chop. Like so far it's been pretty choppy. I mean, we've had like little continuation to the downside, but like it's just been incremental, and it's like not satisfying. And also right here, this seems kind of tricky, right? You see that like we were making these little pushes up, 1, 2, 3. I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised if we push the VWAP / where that moving average is. But either way. I will probably take that green trade break if it happens. If you guys would excuse me, I'm going to step away real quick. Quick bathroom break, and we'll be back. Hopefully we don't miss any trades. Definitely looks like we missed a little bit of it, but it's pushing back in, so I don't think I would have missed too much. If anything, it would have been more stressful than not. Oh well. On to the next. Like, this level is holding. Oh well. So yeah, no. At this point, what I'm seeing is we want to wait for that teal algorithm to break, or teal channel to break. Because if we don't, like, we're gonna have little moments like this where it tries and then it buys really quick. You know, we want to be conscientious of the best place to get in. Yeah, that's the better channels on the S&P. This is basically where the 5-day moving average is on the SPY. So we'll see what happens. We are trying to reclaim it. I mean, we're still positive on the day. Price action is a little bearish, but not overtly. Like, white up here would be a good breakout zone, I think. But this struggle right here is kind of creepy. And this is interesting too. I mean, I think generally this could be a decent place to get short. I'm gonna try a short, just a quick one. Might be a bad idea. Definitely a bad idea. I'm gonna try it one more time right here. Ugh. No, I'm gonna wait for this green to break. Right here. Hey, Zuzini. Yeah. Let's go. Good thing I didn't stay in that short. VWAP is holding. Looks like the moving averages are being taken again. Maybe a long at that white up to the point of control. Worth a stab. That is not fun. We were jacked up here again. Think I'm out. Not cool. All right, I'm gonna get short here. This will be a quick trade, I hope. Let me dig myself out of a hole a little bit, but I think it could be decent. Like we reject again, failing up here at these highs. Don't want to risk too much on it. Should probably get out here. Yeah, I'm getting out. Is the audio a bit quiet? What should we talk about? I've been talking this whole time explaining my thesis, Zuzini. What are your theses on these markets? Probably won't be streaming too much longer, to be completely honest. Like, this is really choppy price action. I'm gonna get long. I don't know. Should I get long? It's hard trade. The mic. The gain. Let's see. How's that? Is that better? Is this better? Let me know.
Order filled. Order filled.
Possibly inverse head and shoulder. VWAP balance was a good trade. Really need some continuation here to turn this around.
Order
Yeah, I'm
filled.
gonna get short right there.
Order filled.
All right, quick little W to get me out of the hole. Thesis there is like we had this existing channel, we just pushed right up against it. Quick scalp. Nothing too fancy. Just taking base hits right now. What do we got here? Looks pretty controlled. Let me just clean up my chart because I'm starting to not like green very much. What a choppy day.
Order filled.
Not liking that, but it might work. Just give it a minute. Go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. There we go. A little bit of something. It's better than being, negative on the trade right off the bat. If we keep struggling here, if this takes too long, I'm gonna get out. Yeah, this one's not looking good.
Order filled.
Come see, come saw. Might stop here soon.
Spectrum has built a world where anything is possible, with products and services
really like
designed to
how
work
it's
better together for a seamless
looks like it
connectivity
wants to break, but it's not.
A connection to family and friends.
Story of my life,
education, and a connection to new opportunities. So there's no limit to how big we can dream. That's Life
Really want
Unlimited.
to take another stab here,
That's Spectrum.
but it's hard to. Just keep chopping myself, cutting myself, paper cutting myself, and it's gonna end really badly. I'm gonna do it.
Order filled.
Something like right here. There we go. Very, very fucking nice.
Order filled.
Okay, yeah, that got me out of a hole. Now we just need to see some type of breakaway from this moving average, because it's absolutely killing continuation. And again, didn't realize this, but it looks like there's a wedge right here, so until that breaks. little more patient. This is the life. I'm just trying to be patient. And hopefully, you don't get yourself in the position that I'm in, where you paper cut yourself a bunch. Sorry. I thought I had something in my mouth. Yep. Good job getting out of that one, buddy. I did have something in my mouth. I think if we break right here, we could see some more selling, but I'm not going short until we break this level right here. Because, like, I've taken multiple stabs near this moving average, and it has shown us that, like, it just kind of wants to hang out until not hanging out. See, like, even on the SPY, like, it's just tagging it and tagging it and tagging it. And it's basically up at 589. There we go. It's a little push, but like you see this like channel. This could be just a liquidity build and grab. There needs to be continuation away from where we're at. That's the biggest thing. Like, I don't want to be taking any more trades in this area because it's just absolutely a trap for everybody that's trying to trade in it, and I've been trapped in it. And so until something better comes, just have to wait. Oh. Just waiting for TradingView to load up. I'm gonna check some stuff. Very boring day so far. Everything is just very concentrated in this area. You can see from the volume profile, right? Everything's been happening here. I don't know if people are loading up to go long or go short, but you can't make any real type of decision based off of that because we have this wedge that has to break away. We either break the low of day or we break the high of day. And until that happens, hands off, man. Of course, TradingView is just taking forever to load. Oh yeah, super hard to trade. I'm sure there'll be a move eventually, but right now there's not, and it sucks. Coming up on value area high. Looks like we're trying to break away from the moving average, but I don't trust it. See, right back in. Tilt says most people are long, and most people are long from what average price? 352. Not too bad. O'clock. Let's see if we get anything at this 10 o'clock hour. Putting me to sleep. Boring. Boring, boring, boring. There you go. A little breakaway. Not bad. S&Ps are still struggling up there where they were struggling before. There we go. Nice little break from the chop zone, but not much. We still have all this to contend with. Like, if we can't break out of this 430 level, you know, it's gonna be a nightmare. But this is just one of the areas where you had to flip a coin and choose, you know, what your bet was. And, you know, markets are generally bullish, so 70% of the time you would have been right. It's not bad odds.
Hey Mom, sorry for the late message. It's been absolutely crazy here. And this morning I went for a run on Kailua Beach and saw the most insane sunrise. I sent some photos.
Honestly.
And then this afternoon we worked on another Black Hawk. My new unit is amazing.
Since we rejected
I'm
off the top of
learning a
this
ton.
channel
And
right
guess
here
what?
multiple times.
You called it. I'm going surfing on
Up here
Sunday,
wouldn't be
and we're going
a
to...
bad short.
All right,
Just
yeah,
keep your
cool, be right
risk
there.
just outside of it.
I gotta go. I'll see you next week. I love you.
Built a ton of
Learn how
liquidity
you
right
can be
here,
all
so
you
we
can
could
be at
come back, take it out,
GoArmy.com.
and then move lower. That would be a good fuck you to everybody who's been trying to short this. Make them think to go long, and then destroy them. You know. Oh dang, Zuzzini. 5 contract trade on your non-practice account. Did you make money at least? Back to the chop zone. Chop, 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 chop. Back to the chop zone. Again, teal. That's where I think the short is. But can't really say for sure because we don't know, right? Sorry. For anybody that's joining us, my volume has been low. I need to put on my presenter's voice. I keep forgetting that I'm not just talking to myself, even though I probably am just talking to myself. But, yeah. Wonder what's going on. Wonder what's going on. I would like to see this break. That's the next logical place for a trade. Thoughts? Zucchini spiral? Got out for 200, but could have made 1,000. Yes, that is a good trade. You traded and made what? 2 points on it on 5 contracts. Not bad. Not bad. 3 points, something like that. Oh, what a nightmare. Anybody that tried to get that breakout just got crushed. At least if they bought up here, right? Oop, coming back. Let's see. What is this S&P doing? S&P's tagging that moving average again. Looking like a potential triple top or a handle for continuation to the north side. Still not as bullish on the Nasdaq though, because realistically, We haven't made a new high since this morning, since earlier this morning. So whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Ah, yes, it was most likely an ad, unfortunately. All right, I'm gonna short right here, I think. If we break blue. Watch this just like wreck me. I'm gonna wait until blue breaks to go short. Go ahead and get that on there so I don't get a bad fill if it decides to break, because who knows, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Moving average looks like it's holding. Looks like I'm about to get filled. Okay, I'm in.
Order filled.
Let's see what happens here. I mean, I'm gonna keep this tight. Don't want to be too insane here. If it goes back in, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna get out. Oh, this is hard. Just give it a minute. Like, this is the first minute I'm in this trade. I want to give it a minute before giving up on it, you know? It's not bad so far. Definitely want to see like a push lower. The problem is, like, you see all of this right here just like holding, and I'm not a huge fan of what I see. I'm out.
Order filled.
Not fun. feel like it's a microstructure for a short. I can't tell though because you never know. What are you gonna do, Zucchini? Thinking about trying again if we just don't get back over this orange level I have. I mean, hopefully you didn't hold that if you were in it. I'm short.
Order filled. Order filled.
Well, I guess that's it for this stream. All right, until next time. Bye.